Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, which you probably are because I have 0 subscribers, welcome. This is my channel where I just talk about things and I'm not really sure where this is going, so thank you for watching despite that. So today I'm going to be talking about a book that is very near and dear to my heart. It is this one. It is called You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. So I came across this book through a YouTuber. I'm not sure what her official, I think it's Marissa Lace. I know it's changed a few times. It used to be Marissa Catherine. I don't know what it is now. She's got one channel. She's an awesome YouTuber. I love you, Marissa, if you're watching this. But she recommended, she's doing this year called Year of You. She started out taking a year to herself and started meditating and reading these books, and she's been someone I've been following for a long time. So I took her insight and I bought this book, and I have fallen in love with it. I would recommend this to an alien. I'd recommend it to literally anyone going through anything. This is your guidebook, okay? So yeah, I am so in love. Love you, Jen. Okay, so where do I start? So Jen Sincero is a wonderful human being. Basically, I don't even know how old this book is, but it was on, yeah, it's a New York Times bestseller. I'm pretty sure it just got to #1 a couple weeks ago. Yeah, and she's awesome. Her personality is so lively, and she's freaking hilarious. She just has this very sarcastic sense of humor, and has a no bullshit attitude, which I freaking love. So yeah, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about the book, and what it did for me and how it could help you. So yeah, the book is called You Are a Badass. So yeah, it's a self-help style book, which I was never into before. Before, a couple months ago, before reading this book, I was like, oh my gosh, those things are such crap, they're baloney, they're just complete utter bullshit, to be completely frank, because they're just, they're just trying to make money, or they're just trying to, sell you or convince you of whatever, and I thought it was garbage, but this book has quite literally changed my life, and I hate saying that term because I feel like it's so corny and cheesy and oh my god, it changed my life, because I think our lives change a little bit every day, but this book has really positively impacted me. So I have been wanting to do this video since creating my channel, and actually part of the reason I started this channel was because of some of the insight I gathered from Jen. So right in the beginning, she started off talking about our subconscious is a huge part in why we do things, and actually I've watched a documentary that said it's arguable that all of our decisions are made based on something that is in our subconscious, which is kind of a reality check, because it's is my conscious in control of anything I do? Am I consciously doing anything, or is it just all stuff that's in the back of my head that I'm trying to refilter? So yeah, so right there she got me kind of hooked. I will say that some of the concepts in this book stretched me. So my idea of what God was, or my idea of what I thought meditation was, or my idea on money and how I feel towards it, and excuses that I make up and how I'm comforted by them. And so she took a lot of the big pillars that I had questions and still have questions about in my life, but just sort of conveyed it in a way that was it's okay to make enough money, or as much money as you want, really, and it's okay to do what you want with it, and it's okay to have a belief in God or the universe, or believe in anything that is tailored to you and personal to you, and that's okay. And it doesn't have to look a certain way, and it doesn't have to subscribe to any kind of one way of thinking. So she really got me to open up and kind of think a little bit more for myself in terms of what I want and what I want to choose to believe. Yeah, so love, love, love. One theme that she really talks about is like, she calls them stories, and it's basically bullshit excuses that we make up, that I make up, that we all make up, that keeps us from doing what we really want to do. So, like, for example, one excuse that I had for a long time was I currently do not have my driver's license, my full driver's license, because for so long, I'm talking like probably like 6 years, I had the story in my brain that I could never be a good driver, I didn't have the ability to do it, and I would hurt somebody or I would get hurt, and so it kept me from doing it, and I had to go retake my freaking learner's permit, and that's just a written test, because I let it get to that point. So something that this book has taught me is which is ironic because I'm a social work student right now. So a big theme in social work is changing perspectives, and that is something that literally there are a few chapters on in this book where she says, okay, take your story and look at what your excuses are, and look at what is hindering you from achieving what you want, what your desire is, and change the story. What makes me think that I am so important that I can hang on to this fear, that this is exclusive to me, and that I am more or less capable than anybody else. She talks about when she was first starting her business. She's I think she's like a life coach, and she's an author and all this, but she said when she first started her business, she was driving like a shipmobile, and she went into Audi and signed a car and did not have the money for this car at all. And she compared, she could have got a lesser car, and then she said, well, you know what, like, I'm gonna get this car, so I have to make myself pay for it, because if I don't sign it, I'll never get it. But if I get it, then I have to do something about it. So it's almost like forcing yourself to like get out of your excuses. And I read that chapter and I was like, screw this. I went home, I booked my test, and so my test is in a couple weeks. And like, you know, since then I've been, okay, now I need to figure my stuff out. So I went and booked some driving hours. I have another one next week. I have another one the week after. I booked a practice hour before the test. I'm using my driver's car. Like, you know, you figure out, once you sign up for something, you either, you have two options. You figure out how to get it done, or you bury yourself in more excuses and withdraw from it. So it's kind of like being in this constant state of scaring yourself, which is obviously frightening because, you know, you're facing your biggest fears head on. However, if you meet your fear face to face and you succeed, or even if you don't succeed, you get past it, or you get through it, or you learn from it, and you know, like, you have a different direction. She talks about how literally, if you think about it, okay, this planet is here, however it got here is debatable, and that's not what I'm talking about, but this planet is here, and ever since man has been on this earth, we have pretty much made everything up as we go along. So literally electricity, light bulbs, even house gardens, having a cat, like video games, having drinkable water that doesn't kill us, like literally everything and anything that makes up our society today has been made up by us. So, and like that goes for, you know, countries on the other side of the world, and, you know, globally, this is a global thing that we are as a society, as a world, as we are because we made it that way. So, okay, if we're using that as a basis, is that life is what you make it up to be, well then why am I making my life to be so fucking sucky? Like, it doesn't make sense. So if I want something, I can absolutely do it. And you know, and any reason that I'm not doing it is because I'm holding my own self back in my mind and, you know, in my actions. So, yeah. So something that, like, I never thought I could do was YouTube, for example. Like, I've, like, been an avid YouTube watcher for so freaking long, and I've always wanted to make videos, and I've always wanted to like to be a literal part of the community. For so long I wouldn't even leave a comment on a freaking video, just because I was so scared of putting myself out there, or what are people gonna think, or, you know what I mean, like, and So I just literally just threw it up in the air and said, you know what, F it. I've had enough of this. I want to be a part of YouTube, and I'm going to be a part of YouTube. That's when I uploaded my very first shaky ass 2-minute, not even clip of me saying this, welcome to my channel, because welcome. This is what it is. It's me figuring out what I want to do and what I want to say, and putting myself out there. I really highly recommend that if there's anything that you get defensive about while reading this book, just let it fly away and keep reading, okay? Because first of all, a book is not a book in its entirety until you finish it, okay? So you can read one thing in the beginning and have a totally different revelation about it by the time you get to the end of it. The second thing is that you take from it what you will and apply it to your own life. I need to pause this because holy shit, my cat is so cute. Look at her. Look at her. She's so cute. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, so this book literally covers everything from getting over your BS to, you know, thoughts around money, thoughts around spirituality. You know, she talks about the law of attraction and her take on that. She's literally so freaking funny and so relatable. So relatable. Like, if I could spend, like, have lunch with Jen Sincero, I'd love my life, love. And for the record, this video is not sponsored. Clearly, I have 0 subscribers. I am doing this out of sheer love for this book and this woman. If you're in a slump of any sorts, or you are just looking for a fresh read, or you just want like a change or something, I would just pick up this book. You know, any hesitations or doubt you would have about it, I would just tell them to shut up and just go do it. I really think anybody could benefit from this book, if you allow it to. So yeah, so that's all I have to say for today. If you watched this video, thanks so much. You know, throw me a comment, leave me a message. I'm totally open to making friends. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!